spending 1.2 billion on the crisis this fiscal year. But we are currently now $34 trillion in debt, and that number is increasing. Get our own house fixed before we start going over to other places and shelling out money. Trying to fix other people's problems, but we have a lot of problems ourselves. Right now, we got a drug problem. Right now, we got an education problem, a serious homeless problem. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chawanne Burns. In this video, we're going to talk about immigration. Eric Adams, Mayor Eric Adams of New York City. He proposed that if you're struggling with rent or mortgage payment, you could be a great citizen and house an immigrant at your house. And I think they said they're paying $40 for children. I don't know how much for adults, but we're going to take a look at this video.
It is my vision to take the next step to this, to go to the faith-based locales, and then move to private residence. There are residents who are suffering right now because of economic challenges. They have spare rooms, they have locales, and if we can find a way to get over the 30-day rule and other rules that government has in its place, we can take that $4.2 billion, 4.3 even maybe now, that we potentially have to spend, and we can put it back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers, everyday houses of worship, instead of putting it in the pockets of corporations. And some of those corporations come from outside our city.
Now, I'd give Eric Adams an A for creativity, but I don't think that you're going to have a lot of takers on this. Because as much as people cry out, and as liberal as New Yorkers are, I don't think New Yorkers are gonna take the bait. Because number one, Americans, we like our own space, and we're not that friendly. We're not friendly to house people that we don't know. And then the horror stories that we've been hearing. So I would like to see how many people are going to open up their house to immigrants. You will get paid, but are these people vetted? Like we let all these people over, but are they vetted? Okay, this article is posted by USA Today. New York City will house homeless migrants in churches. It says New York City will start housing migrants arriving in the city in shelters at churches and other religious organizations. Mayor Eric Adams announced this week the country's largest city also has the largest population of unhoused people, meaning whom access shelters provided by the government. In 2023, there are over 46,000 asylum seekers in city-run housing. That's a little bit absurd, but we all know that Texas Governor Greg Abbott, he said, okay, if you say you're a safe haven, you could carry some of this burden. Why should the burden be all on Texas? So he started shipping immigrants out to these other cities, which I don't blame him. You need to foot the bill or ask the federal government to foot the bill for these migrants. In his Monday announcement, Adams made his case for the new arrangements by saying all religious faiths know how to practice taking care of those in need. No matter what faith you practice, caring for those in need is part of everyday spiritual tradition. He also said placing migrants in faith-based organizations will help them connect with local New Yorkers in various neighborhoods and boroughs. New York has been straining to accommodate additional asylum seekers arriving in the city, starting around last fall. Once newcomers arrive in the city, they often wait in limbo to secure work authorization, jobs, and other building blocks of the life they want to start. Our city was witness an unprecedented influx of asylum seekers coming to New York since last spring, said Pastor Gil Monrose from Adams' Office of Faith-Based Community Partnership. They are escaping violence, oppression, poverty, and like all of us, we want to live and support the families in peace. New York City is the city of migrants. We could say that. we could say that, they're fighting or escaping violence and oppression and poverty. And like all of us, they want support and love and all that stuff. But I found a few videos. No, some of them are on drugs. Some of them are killers. Of them are murderers or rapists. Some of these asylum seekers are not escaping anything besides getting caught up with their government. I'll link my last stream where we went over the numbers of how many asylum seekers are actually criminals. Yeah, how many they catch coming through the border. Now, you only could catch a certain amount. I'm pretty sure that certain amount has increased only because our borders are open. In his Monday announcement, Adams had said faith-based organizations can start housing single adult men. Up to 50 houses of worship or faith-based centers were part of the first cohort of the program, Adams said. The mayor hinted Monday his next step will be enlisted private residents to house migrants in their homes. Okay, so he's trying to enlist private residents to house migrants in their home. They don't know if they actually put the plan together or what the details for that plan, but that's what he's proposing. I'm questioning, how is Eric Adams proposing to set up or pair these people together? Oh, we got another housing situation. They'll just pick a number and they don't care if it's a woman or a man. Or are they gonna let the residents say, hey, no, I'm only housing children, or I only will house women and children? It says this faith-based organization will offer overnight shelter for asylum seekers as part of the new program. People will be able to access programming and supportive services at a handful of daytime centers. Up to 19 single men will be able to sleep at night at each of the up to 50 churches that participate in the program. The overnight center will offer dining and social areas, shower facilities, meals, and storage space. The larger daytime locations will offer meals and snacks, shower facilities, social areas, and additional services. The program will be part of a 2-year partnership between City of New York and Disaster Interfaith Services, according to the mayor's website. Since last spring, now over 72,000 migrants have come to New York, according to the mayor's office. The city government is working to help the house and the migrants and cites spending $1.2 billion on the crisis this fiscal year. But we are currently now $34 trillion in debt, and that number is increasing. I don't believe in open border policy. I don't believe in that. I think it's not necessary. However, I do believe if someone wants to travel to an area or seek an asylum, they should be able to seek it. But I think America is being played. I really do think that. And we've always played ourselves because we stand for everything. We stand for Ukraine. We stand for asylum seekers. We stand for the LGBTQ plus IA in other countries. We try to coerce other countries to believe what we supposedly believe, whoever's in power. We want them to believe what we believe in. Get our own house fixed before we start going over to other places and shelling out money. We just shell out money like, oh yeah, it's a humanity crisis. Yeah, let's shell money out instead of minding our own business and making other countries accountable. Trying to fix other people's problems, but we have a lot of problems ourselves. Right now, we got a drug problem. Right now, we got an education problem, a serious homeless problem. If you look at that stream that I posted and I went in detail of how many homeless is, is in the US, how many people that are, or how many drugs that comes in to the US, who's manufacturing fentanyl or the additives to fentanyl to create fentanyl, which is China. I think it was said 92% in that article, 92% of the additives to produce fentanyl, or I don't know if they call it substrate, whatever, to produce fentanyl is produced in China. And in turn, cartels or whoever the drug people are, they purchase those chemicals from China, and then they ship it to the US. So we have a problem, but instead of fixing our problem, we're going to do the old Mother Teresa. Oh, we have a problem, we're just going to ignore it. And I know I'm traveling down a rabbit hole, but the whole raising the debt ceiling, to me, that's just an all fake thing. So if you don't have money to pay your debts, why would you raise the debt ceiling? That's like getting a credit card, you increase your limit, but you can't pay off the credit card that you have. And then the credit card comes, we'll just increase your limit. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And they're having a big hoopla about it. The Democrats are saying, it's important. These are services that we need. These are humanitarian services that we need. The Republicans saying, no, we don't need all these services. Maybe we probably should just cut our spending. That's how you solve your debt problem. That's with America, a country, and with your personal debt. You want to solve your debt problem, make your money and decrease your spending so you can pay off your debt. That's basically what happens when you end up increasing your credit, but this is like, we're gonna just ignore the problem and just do whatever. It's just totally ridiculous to me. Mayor Adams have repeatedly called on the federal government to provide multiple forms of support, including expedited work authorizations for asylum seekers, a nationwide decompression strategy, increasing funding to manage the crisis, and meaningful immigration reform. A press release on mayor's website says, okay, whatever. So that's on the mayor's website. Okay, so this is a problem that we have, a manufacturer problem, an engineer problem, whatever, a made up problem, whatever problem you want to call it. That's the problem. But America caused this problem. The liberal Democrat Party caused this problem because we have bleeding hearts, because we say this is a humanitarian issue. It wouldn't be a humanitarian issue if you said, no, our borders are closed, we're not accepting any more visitors. Via border, via train, via boat, unless you went through the proper channels to actually come over here. And matter of fact, I think I already saw the problem in my head. I think, hey, we're going to fill out this application. Give me an essay, whatever language you speak, an essay. Why do you want to come to America? Before you get on this boat or walk over here, I don't know how they travel here. Before you pay somebody to smuggle you in, you need to have, and then we could say, oh yeah, you could allow so-and-so to come over here. You might be saying, what if they're running from the government? You still, once you get to the border, you're not crossing this border. I also have camps and stuff set up, tents, cots, or whatever. Not in America, but in the border area, maybe patrolled. And you still need to fill out that application before you cross these lines. Hey, why do you want to come over to the US? Who's coming with you? What skills do you have? You just gonna be just another person? Just another person over here sucking up the resources. We got a lot of people that's not working right now and sucking up resources on welfare. Able-bodied citizens that's on welfare. sucking up resources. So you're going to allow another person to come over here and sucking up resources. There's another law that was passed in Minnesota that they're going to let asylum seekers have free education. And I'm talking about college education. I think that was in Minnesota. Minnesota to provide free college tuition to undocumented students. They got a new tuition-free college program. But the people over here can't even pay their student loans off because you gave them a non-value added degree. Let's start here. This is another problem in America. We got these damn degrees that don't do nothing. You got all these jobs, but no people to fill it in because you got people getting degrees that don't even matter to our country. Don't even matter to the jobs that we have. And it should be against the law. All the people that got these non-value added degrees, they should give them a refund or wipe their slate clean and then allow them to take a curriculum that will actually give them a job. But you're going to give an undocumented person free education, college education, but you got all these people that barely can pay their student loans because they don't make enough money. And then it goes into how it works. The college, free college tuition, dubbed North Star Promise, will cover tuition for 2 or 4 year college in the University of Minnesota or Minnesota State systems for students whose families make $80,000 or less annually. $80,000. That's even the amount or whatever you want to call it, the ceiling for this amount. That's more than what they would give you for FAFSA. You can't make more than, I think it was $56,000 a year. So this shit is a slap in the face to American people. Some argue the $80,000 threshold would shut out students whose parents already work multiple jobs to support their families. Others complain about being left out in the legislation process. Yeah, you should complain, but this is what you getting when you get, some liberal person saying, "Oh, it's a humanitarian crisis." You can't even educate your own goddamn children. Your own children. You're still pushing books that doesn't have anything to do with education. You're complaining about books that they're saying, "Oh, we don't need those books," and then trying to teach kids about being gay and shit. But you want to give the best education to somebody that wasn't even born here. They're not American. They're not American. There you have it, folks. Let me know in the comment section what you think. This to me is, I don't know what to say about this. Okay, I'm sending all my good to you. I will talk to you soon.